Most people get manipulated long before they realize it. You were taught that asking questions means someone is being honest. That is a dangerous myth. Some questions are not meant to find truth. They are designed to make you doubt yourself. Once you spot them, the power dynamic shifts instantly. You stop reacting and start observing. Like and subscribe if you want sharper instincts. The first question sounds harmless, but it quietly puts you on trial. Question number 1 sounds innocent. It is not. It is a trap disguised as confusion. Why would I even do that? Most people panic when they hear it. They rush to explain. They start building a full courtroom defense. They list timelines, messages, details. They try to sound calm and logical, without noticing something crucial. They are no longer asking, they are proving. But people who understand power do something different. They do not accept the switch. They do not step onto the witness stand. They pause, they hold eye contact, and they bring the focus back. Because that question was never about clarity, it was about escape. Imagine you confront a coworker about a missed deadline. They respond, "Why would I sabotage the project?" Instead of explaining for 5 minutes, try this. "I'm the one asking right now." Short, calm, direct. Now the spotlight returns to them. Here is the psychology. When someone makes you justify your suspicion, they flip control. Control is attention. Whoever explains loses ground. Whoever answers holds ground. Shift that, and the dynamic changes instantly. Big shift. And the next question is even more manipulative. The second question feels investigative. It sounds almost reasonable. But it is rarely about truth. Who told you that? Most people answer immediately. They reveal the source. They mention a friend, a colleague, a screenshot. They think transparency equals strength. They think honesty will calm the situation. Instead, they just handed over leverage. Because now the conversation is no longer about what happened. It is about who exposed it. But people who see through this tactic stay centered. They refuse to turn it into a witch hunt. They do not protect the liar's comfort. They protect the truth. They respond with something simple. Is it true or not? That one sentence changes everything. Picture this. You confront someone about a rumor they spread. They instantly ask, "Who told you?" Instead of naming names, try this. The source doesn't matter. The behavior does. Calm voice, neutral face. Watch the tension rise. Here is what is really happening. Liars need to control the narrative. Narrative means story. Story means power. If they identify the leak, they can intimidate, manipulate, or isolate it. That is damage control, not innocence. When you refuse to expose the source, you remove their shield. Now they must face the content itself. Uncomfortable? Good. That is how you stop being redirected. But the next question is even more emotional. This third question hits deeper. It sounds hurt, almost wounded. And that is exactly why it works. You don't trust me? Most people freeze when they hear it. They feel guilty instantly. They soften their tone. They backtrack. They say things like, "No, that's not what I meant." Suddenly, they are comforting the very person they were questioning. The focus flips again, from behavior to feelings. But people who stay sharp do not fall for this emotional detour. They recognize the move. It is not about trust. It is about pressure. Pressure to withdraw. Pressure to apologize. Next time it happens, try this. I'm asking for clarity, not attacking you. Short. Steady. No anger. Then stay silent. Silence is powerful. Here is the psychology behind it. When someone equates a question with betrayal, they are merging inquiry with disloyalty. That creates fear. Fear of being seen as suspicious or disloyal. and fear makes people retreat. But truth does not collapse under questions. Only fragile stories do. If someone is honest, they answer. They do not demand reassurance first. That is the difference. And the next one? This is where manipulation turns subtle and dangerous. Some questions sound small, almost playful, but they quietly erase your reality. You're upset over something that small? Most people shrink when they hear that. They second-guess themselves. Maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I am too sensitive. They start minimizing their own feelings before anyone else has to. They laugh it off. They say, yeah, maybe it's nothing. And just like that, their boundary disappears. But people who understand emotional control do not accept that framing. They know size is not the issue. Respect is. They do not argue about whether it was big or small. They question the logic instead. Next time, try this. If it's that small, why hide it or say, it matters to me. Calm, clear, no drama. Now the scale shifts back. Here is what is happening underneath. This is emotional minimization. Some call it gaslighting. It makes you doubt your perception. If you doubt yourself, you become easier to steer. And once you abandon your own judgment, control is gone. Small issue or not, your reaction is data. Do not discard your own data. That is how you stay grounded. And the last question is the most subtle of all. The final question sounds confused, almost harmless. But it is a pressure test. What do you mean? Most people immediately soften when they hear it. They rephrase. They dilute. They start trimming their words so they do not sound accusatory. They laugh nervously. They add disclaimers. I'm not saying you did anything. I just... And suddenly, the original question loses its edge. That is the goal. But people who hold their frame do not retreat. They do not turn a clear question into a timid suggestion. They repeat it calmly. Same tone. Same wording. No apology attached. Next time it happens, try this. I mean exactly what I asked. Then pause. Let the silence work. Silence creates gravity. Here is the psychology. When someone asks, "What do you mean?" in this context, it is often not confusion. It is a dominance check. They want to see if you will back down. If you weaken your wording, they win position. If you stay steady, the balance resets. Confidence without aggression. Clarity without apology. That is control. And once you see all 5 patterns, conversations will never feel the same again. You just saw the pattern. 5 questions. Same strategy. It was never about logic. It was about control. And control only works when you hand it over. This is not about being smarter. It is about holding your frame. Anyone can start doing that today. No talent required. Just awareness. When you stop over-explaining, the room shifts. When you refuse emotional traps, tension rises. Most people react fast. You pause. That pause changes everything. Pick one response from today, just one. Maybe say, "I'm the one asking." Or, "Is it true or not?" Use it once today. That is enough. You do not need all 5 at once. Small move, huge impact. Consistency builds presence. You are training a different version of yourself. Calmer, sharper, harder to shake. When people respond differently, do not be surprised. If this opened your eyes, subscribe. You just got high-level insight for free. Hit the button, stay sharp. And here is the bigger truth. Spotting manipulation is step 1. Mastering yourself is step 2. In the next video, we go deeper. How to produce exceptional results even without natural talent. Because once no one can control your mind, you are ready to control your output. Watch it now.